for the public. So I want you to relax. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe in deeply. And relax. I want you to put your hands on your chest by your heart, both hands. This session is about your love for you. And we are going to, on the second part of the meditation at the end, will be the love for the world and for everybody. So for right now, I want you to breathe in deeply. Relax, let go, let God. Breathe in and relax. I want you to feel your weight on the chair, your weight wherever you are, in a chair or in a couch or whatever you're sitting or standing. Please allow yourself some relaxation. Allow some room for expansion. First thing I want you to know is that you are safe, that this is a safe place for you, because you are going to be relinquishing and releasing things into the Holy Spirit, into your higher self. No one you don't know, or it's someone, and always people or guides that you know. But in this instance, it's you and a higher you. So allowing peace, allowing joy, allowing yourself to feel well, to feel at ease, to feel joy and harmony. You are safe no matter what's going on outside. When you turn within, nothing can chase you, nothing can hurt you. You are in the place of the Most High. This is your refuge and where you find your strength within you. This is what is called the kingdom. And it's not necessarily within your body, but it is within your essence. That essence of you that animates the body. That essence of you that allows you to function in this world. That part of you that will guide you if you allow it. Not that there is always, that part of you is always there waiting to help, waiting to aid you and give you strength and energy and advice if you need it. Know that you are always welcome within this space. This is your space. No one else can have this space. It doesn't belong to anyone else but you. Allowing peace, allowing joy, enjoying, relaxing, releasing, I want you to breathe in deeply and relax. Breathe in and relax. Enjoy how you feel within you. I want you to feel your aliveness. I want you to feel the energy within you. That aliveness is your energy, is your energetic field, and it is there for you at any time that you want to come here. I want you to know that you're doing a good job, regardless of what's going on out there. That is not what matters. What matters is what is between you and you, between you and your two ears, between you and your heart, and you and your communications. You are that being that cannot be replaced. If you are alive, you still have work to do. Some people are not with us any longer, but they are busy working with us. So don't think that just because they're not seen by you, that they have left. Breathe in and relax. And I want you to send love to the hands, to your hands. They're your healing hands. Not only send love, but send healing. Healing from the top of the head to the bottoms of your feet. And you are worthy of feeling well, of enjoying well-being, of allowing perfect health to flow through your body. You are also worthy to be emotionally at peace and emotionally calm and emotionally stable. You are in the secret place of the Most High. Now I want you to have those hands give that love back to your heart. Feel that love, and I want you to expand that energy all the way inside the room where you're finding yourself at. I want you to know that you are safe. You are meant to be safe and protected during these times. You have this respite, at least within us, and for right now, we can share our energy with each other. And now I want you to open your hands and face them towards your screen and send everyone your love. I want you to send every one of us healing. I want you to send love and harmony and balance. Know that you are loved and cared for. Know that we are a powerful group of healers, of light workers, and we can help each other when our fields are connected, and you don't have to be in the same room to do that. You are fully connected and you're fully enjoying the sharing of these energies. There is no space between us, none at all. As I'm seeing you right now in the screen, I know that I am connected directly to each and every one of us. I want you to know that you can do more than you think you can, and that you can overcome any obstacle, because that obstacle that is in the way is only you. And you will know as we continue to practice our exercises and our classes what I'm talking about. I want you to put your hands on your lap. I want you to breathe in deeply. I want you to take another deep breath and release. And let's do it one more time. And release. And as you can, and as soon as you can and are grounded, come back to us and to your room and be present. Hello, Liliana and Barbara. And I'm not sure who the person is at the Queen.
Queen?
IF Queen. Hi, what's your first name?
Hello. My name is Medea.
Medea. Okay, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome, Medea.
Thank you.
Okay. Everybody, please mute. Cindy, mute. Barbara. Barbara Kramer.
Yes, I muted.
Okay. Can you click your little camera on your phone, please?
I'm not on my phone, I'm on the computer.
Then why can't we see you?
Because I don't have a camera.
Oh my God. Okay.
I have antique computer.
I see.
But it still works, more or less.
Okay. I'm trying to see everybody today. I got told to try to commune with everybody because right now we are sharing energy. And as we share that energy, the more connected that we are, not only voice-wise, but visually, and all of those things, we are able to connect better. We are being asked to share our energies with healing energies, mental, physical, emotional, with the group. So thank you for showing up and thank you for being here. It's my pleasure. Usually I start my classes by asking questions. This time I'm going to be asking two different questions. One, I want you to write down the one that I want you to think about and give me that response later. We're going to do the first question and then we're going to go to the second one. The last question I want you to answer is, what do I want out of life? And then I want you to ask, the one that I want you to ask, to answer me right now is, Can I be defined by a vision of the future instead of the memories of the past? Can I be defined by a vision of the future instead of the memories of the past? So I'm going to start with Barbara Kramer. Can you answer the second question?
So what you're asking me is can I define myself from by my own vision of what I want my future to be? Can that be what defines me rather than my memories of my memories?
Right. So can you do that, or can you just go on memories? You can do both. No, you can do both. But I mean, what I'm saying is, can you be defined by a vision of the future?
I don't really know. I mean, who has the vision of the future? Is it my vision of the future?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's possible if one has if one is dedicated to a vision of what you want to accomplish or where you want to be. I think that could be a definition of who you are.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna give you an answer right now. Thank you, Liliana.
Sorry, I had my mouse full. But I love you're asking this question, and the answer is yes. I can be defined, and the task for me is to maintain that vision and not be dropping into the past in order to be able to create it.
Okay, thank you. Lisa.
My answer is yes.
Because?
Because my past is not who I am.
Okay. Jerry?
I'm not quite sure about my vision of the future right now.
Okay.
Of the change in my life, but I'm working on it.
Okay, thank you. Sam? Cindy, can you mute yourself?
I just
Sam?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Wow. Can I be defined by a mission of the future instead of memories of the past?
A vision.
Oh, vision of the future. Right now, I don't have a vision of the future, and actually what I'm struggling with is trying to let go of past memories and things that are holding me back.
Okay,
So,
thank you. Oh,
yeah.
okay, thank you. Sherry?
Yeah, I have one thing to say that came up for me when you asked this. If somebody would have told me 5 years ago, despite my vision of the future, that I would be here right now, I'd be like, what was I thinking? I don't know about y'all, but this is
Okay, now tell me why you said yes.
because this is an example, even though it's not a maybe pleasant one, that I definitely, there are things in my future, just like this was in my future 5 years ago that I had no idea. Yes, I can be defined by my future, not by my past. And it's really kind of synchronistic that you brought this up, because I was just I was giving a bunch of stuff to the robot about my past feelings and how I'm not that person anymore. It's like me trying to wear the shoes that I wore when I was 5 years old.
Thank you. I want to remind everybody else that you have a question to answer still. So please pay attention to the second question. Maria?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Now, the question is, can I define myself by my vision of the future?
Yes.
Well, yes, I can define myself by the vision of my future by
Why?
focusing by focusing my energy now in the present on what I want to manifest in the future. But I have to be doing the things now that I need to do in order to manifest what I want to see for forthcoming. Because my understanding is that I am living past, present, and future at this time. Whatever I did in the past is what I'm living now. Whatever I'm doing now will be my future.
Okay, thank you. Cindy?
Hi. Well, I might be the only no, but all we have is today. And I just try to enjoy each day.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Jenny?
Yes. However, my past got me where I am today. And what I want out of my life is my new trajectory. Even though my new trajectory is blurred at the moment, I know that I'm standing on a foundation that where my past put me. So to be defined by my past, it's an attribute, or it's a pathway that put me in a place now where I'm looking and searching. So I value it greatly because it got me to this point. So
Because a lot of people are answering, but they're only answering the first part, which is, can you be defined by a vision of the future instead of the memories of the past?
yes, I can, because the moment right now is the beginning of my future, and where I'm looking is my future. So I say
Okay.
yes.
Thank you. Sarah?
I say yes, but I think that it's challenging because so often we fall into the trap of just reacting, and the memory within our bodies of just responding in the same fashion lends us to oftentimes focus on the past and close ourselves off to all of the opportunities and unlimitedness in front of us. So I think it takes a conscious effort to wake up every day saying, who and what am I going to be today? It can be different from the day before, but yes.
Okay, thank you. Barbara Carr? Unmute.
All right. I just turned 70, so I've been thinking a lot about my future.
You don't look, you don't even look 60 anyway. Go ahead.
Well, at any rate, so I've been thinking this is a new decade for me. This is the new phase of my life. And I have kind of a clear vision of it. I want to live another like 20 years. I've got grandchildren I love. I have family that I want to experience things with, and I don't want to get sick and not be able to do those things and travel with them and just really enjoy my life in a positive way. So yeah, I can think about the future. I think about the future all the time while being in the present. So that's a
Okay.
yes.
Thank you, Barbara. Donna.
My answer is yes. As long as I continue to stay in the present moment, because that present moment determines my vision of the future. Getting rid of what's left of my cellular memory, letting go of that, helps for me to be able to see that vision.
Okay. I want to say something about the cellular memory. Okay. We don't want to get rid of all of the cellular memories. Some of the cellular memory is able to help you.
Yeah, well, that part I want to keep.
Okay. So, okay. So I just wanted to
All
make
the
sure
bad ones
that
I
there
don't
was
want.
an understanding that not everything that is cellular memory, you're going to go and give it to the robot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2. Sarah.
What do I want out of life? Well, my answer is I want to be growing, finding peace and love and deeper connection with others, often changing my idea of what I choose to be in this moment, and adapting and experiencing all I can experience in this human body.
Thank you, Sarah. Sherry.
Did you say Sherry, not Jerry?
Yeah, not you.
Well, am I not already answering the same thing?
No. What do you want out of life?
Oh, we're getting to that one. Well, my first answer was peace. And I mean peace, fluidity, at oneness at all times.
Okay. Thank you. Lisa.
I want to, out of life, I would like to help heal Mother Earth and to be a higher channel of joy and love and harmony, higher vibration to help heal the earth and people. That's what I want out of life.
Okay, thank you. Jenny.
I want to I want to acknowledge, be aware of the flow of that divine potential and sense that I'm experiencing my divine potential flowing daily. I want to get there.
Okay, thank you. Reverend Virginia.
She's not here.
The imposter. Okay.
What I want is I want to keep growing in spirit, so that I can share more love and more kindness out in the universe.
Okay, thank you. Barbara Carr.
Okay, what do I want out of life? I want to feel peace, love, and joy, and mindfulness so that I can spread, well, anyway, give advice to people that comes from the Unity Church and tell them what we believe and just make them feel a sense of calm if I can, and make myself feel the God within me and able to project that to others.
Okay, thank you. Cindy.
I want to give and get love. And that comes through me being connected to the divine energy, to the universal flow of love. I want to stay connected to that more so that I can give more.
Okay, thank you. My dear.
Yes, now let's see. I want peace, prosperity, and abundance, and the consciousness of the things of God and the oneness of humanity.
Okay,
That's it.
that's beautiful. Thank you. Jerry.
I want to continue to develop my awareness of my connection with Source.
Okay.
And my connection with my angels, so that I may experience peace and joy and love.
Thank you, Jerry. Liliana.
I want to continue to grow at all levels, spiritually, emotionally, and that my levels of consciousness continue to grow so that I can contribute to the world and to serve others and to be able to live a fulfilling life.
Okay, thank you. Sam?
Hi. I would like to have the courage and the strength to return to the healthy, happy, whole human being that I was, so that I can heal and help others in this lifetime.
Okay, thank you. Barbara Kramer.
That's really interesting you asked that question, because this lesson I'm doing today in the Course in Miracles is I am the light of the world. That is my only function. That is why I am here. So
Right.
I fought that for a long time. I thought I had a lot of other functions that were more important, obviously, to my ego. So I want to do what I need to do to experience the peace of God, because I've become very aware lately that I cannot depend on the outside world where everything's going well and then I feel peace and then bam, 3 things pop right back up. So the peace of God is not influenced by what I experience in the outside world. It's something that I carry with me always, that nothing can upset. And by achieving atonement, I think all of us can become the light of the world, which means our light shines on everybody we meet.
Okay, thank you. Did I miss anybody? No.
Yourself.
No, I'm not. I'm just doing the this to start the class. It had to do with where you're at and what we're going to be doing. So today we're going to be reviewing more tools. And this time, today's topic is investing in your future. You cannot invest in your future if you are not present in the present. So I'm going to give you about 5 different steps to get you working on that. So first of all, take some time out of your busy lives to disconnect from your world, including family, significant others, work, and everything. So shut off your cell phone, turn off the TV, Power down on your computer and all social media. Sit your body down for a few minutes and close your eyes. Okay, number 2. Take some deep breaths and breathe slowly out. Make it last to a count of 8 to 10, whatever your lung capacity. So take some deep breaths and breathe out to the count of 8. And do that until you're centered within yourself. When you are centered, your attention into the present moment, you have energy to create. You have all of your energy to you're not wasting your energy. You're able to, we waste so much energy with all the idle thoughts that we have, all the idle emotions that are just running amok in our bodies, all those feelings and emotions and that are just running without even a thought sometimes because they're already cellular memories. And you're reactive, but you don't know why. Okay. Barbara, you need something? Oh, okay. So because we have more energy to create, you become more alive and you are also less tired. So that requires you to be centered within yourself. And if you are centered within yourself, then you become present. Okay. When your mind wanders to the predictable future or the familiar past, that is normal behavior for our minds. Just become aware of what is happening and keep working on settling yourself back down with your breath and try to remain as long as you can within the present moment. You're calling your energy back to you every time you intentionally center yourself back into the moment. When you are in the present moment, you are the most creative. So if you're a writer, if you're an artist, if you are in a creative mode that needs your creative talents, the more that you're centered, the more that you're able to function in your field. And that goes to anybody who's artistic and anybody who's in the healing arts and all of that. Because the healing starts with us. And the more that we're centered, the more powerful we become when we are spending our energy on purpose, on sending and receiving, because it really does not come from us, but it does energize you if you become centered. Okay, number 3. Ask yourself, which we already did, can I be defined by a vision of the future instead of the memories of the past? What do I want in my life? Please take the time to answer the questions. As you begin to contemplate and think about the answers to the question, note that you are changing your brain. Do you remember when I told you that if you wanted a different future, you had to change your personality? It is part. You cannot remain where you're at with the same mindset. You have to do a different mindset for you to have a different future. Does that make sense? Okay. Number 3, which I already said the questions. As you begin to contemplate and think about the answer to the question, know that you are changing your brain. When you make your brain fire your neurons in new sequences and new patterns and new combinations, that is the beginning steps of changing your mind. Changing your mind in the way you want to change your mind according to the future you want to create. I mean, a lot of times we create by default because we don't want to say anything. This is whatever happens. But know that you do have choices. You are here to express your divinity to the best of what you came here to do. So why wait to be living by default when you can create what you truly want? You also need to decide on the emotions you will feel when will excuse me. When you begin to create that future that you want, you need to decide on your emotions beforehand. So because what you're going to be doing, we are going to now have cellular memory implants. We are going to reprogram part of your behavior. You need to know what the future is going to feel like to you. And don't get up until you begin to feel those emotions in your body. Remember that your mind does not know if it's actually happened or if it's of its own imagination. Your body does not know either, so you need to take the time to practice these things. The more you practice what it is you want to accomplish in your future, the more that you have established the cellular memory. That's why you fire the neurons and all the combinations of possibilities, the possibilities of you. Rehearse, number 4, rehearse in your mind who who you are going to be when you open your eyes. The things that you have to do, the choices you have to make, the steps you have to take, review them over and over and over again. And again, we're trying to create a cellular memory. That way it becomes like a second nature. You don't have to work at it. You only have to step into it because you have practiced so much. I had a friend that wanted to quit smoking, and she smoked about 2 packs a day, and she's over there smoking and smoking and smoking, and she's puffing away, huffing and puffing, and she goes, I'm a non-smoker. I'm a non-smoker. Even while she was smoking, she was feeling that she was a non-smoker. And one day she just walked into it. One day she got up and she says, I'm a non-smoker. It didn't just happen. She interfered with the field. You cannot change matter from matter. You cannot go from mind to matter. That does not work that way. Matter to matter does not change things. What changes things truly, it is you going into the field, the quantum field, and going from there and enjoying uh, what you're doing, because I'm imagining that what you want to be creative out there creating is something you want to experience or something you want to do. Okay. Number 5. You cannot go to the future holding on to the biology of your past. What do you mean by, what do I mean by biology? Any one of you can answer that? Yes, Sherry?
Cellular memory.
Yes. What else? It has to do with cellular memory altogether, but it has to do with your feelings because of the feeling act of it, the emotional, and your thought patterns. So the biology starts with your thought. The thought creates the emotion, and the emotion registers a feeling in your body. Once that feeling is registered in the body, then it becomes the cellular memory.
Ange, could you repeat? You can't go to the future. That's all I got.
You cannot go to the future holding on to the biology of your past.
Thank you.
So thank you for the answer. Very good. So decide what thoughts you can bring to the future. Write them down. Thoughts like I can't, it's too hard, it's too late.
Your voice got muffled. Sorry.
Oh, it did?
It's better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me rearrange myself here. And let me drink something. Okay, I'm going to repeat. Decide what thoughts you can bring to the future. Write them down. Thoughts like, I can't, it's too hard, it's too late, I am too old, I am too fat, I am too skinny, I am fill in the blank, I will never change, I'll start tomorrow. That's one where you try to displace it into a future time. That's one of the worst ones. What's wrong with me? Or it's someone else's fault. The reason I feel a specific way is because my husband or my best friend or my significant other or my mom or my dad or the coworker or the clerk down the street, but it's never you. The reason you are so uncomfortable is because of somebody else's actions. Really, they have control over you. Really, that's your excuse that someone can actually have full control of your emotions. That is what you're saying when you are blaming someone else. I don't care what the fight is about. I don't care what anything else is about. You, in that moment that you did that, you lost your power.
Can you say the beginning of the phrase again, please?
What phrase?
Decide what thoughts you
What?
decide what thoughts. What was it? How you started off?
Decide what thoughts you can bring to the future. Anyway, where was I? Remember, when I'm talking like that, I cannot get interrupted because I get a stop.
Blaming.
One thing is for me to write, down things and read them to you. I'm reading some of them, but when I'm free talking, if you stop me, I cannot go back to what I was saying. Okay?
Got it.
Just for further reference. Okay. So when you're having thoughts that are things that are limiting you, I can't, I don't know that, I cannot learn that, I cannot do this because of XYZ. Every time you put a limitation on you and place it on something, you're giving an excuse. And every time you give an excuse, you lost your power. Because you gave that power of control and how you feel to somebody else, to a situation, a thing, or an event. Okay? I mean, I'm still blaming people that were dead. I don't know how many times I did that. You know, how I felt, how I did, what, you know, oh, I feel like this because this person died. My best friend died. Okay, yeah. It's hard. Yes, I'm not asking you not to feel anything. All I'm saying is remember who you are, even then. Because that person that crossed is helping you. It's helping you because there's no place else to go. Even different dimensions and different things, they're all right here. There is no space, people. There is no separation. It's an illusion. Okay? So when you start with that kind of a thought, it's someone else's fault is the worst one. And you know, and we get so, and we buy the whole thing. We buy the whole enchilada and we go, okay, it's his behavior, it's his this, and that's why I do this, and that's why I do that. It's her behavior because I went to the store and she didn't pay attention to me and I lost it, or somebody pulled in front of me and I, you know, I almost hit the person, and that's why I went off the handle, and that's why I, you know, put the excuse in there of why you you had to have an excuse. And the moment you do that, again, I'm going to repeat it, you have lost your power. You're saying something outside of me has control. Do you really, really want to have that image of you? That someone is controlling you? Does that make sense, people? But we have done this. Decide on what behaviors or actions or unconscious habits you have to change. I'm going to repeat that. Decide on what behaviors or actions or unconscious habits you have to change. An unconscious habit is when you become reactive. You're just reacting. You're not even present. You are operating out of cellular memory. That's your reactive mind. Okay. How do you talk? Do you complain? Do you feel sorry for yourself? Just become conscious of these behaviors that you will never go, then you will never go unconscious again. If you pay attention, if you become the observer, become the observer. When you become the observer, it changes the deal because the observer can change the field, but the mind cannot. The observer is watching you, having the interactions and having things happen. The so it is important that we become, when we catch ourselves, become the observer. When you become the observer, you have the capacity to almost immediately change your life. But it is a training. I have slowly started training you. And in some ways, we have repeated some of these things. And every time I add something else, so we can all practice together, so we can all grow together. And as we do this, we can all grow together. It's by repetition. And that is where we're at right now. The act of repeating, and I'm not talking about repeating thoughts, I'm talking about repeating repeating actions, even if they're actions in our minds. Okay? So again, I'm going to repeat, just become so conscious of these behaviors that you will never go unconscious again. And lastly, for this part, you have to decide what emotions no longer belong in your future. That means if you want to be wealthy, you cannot be in lack or have thoughts of lack. If you want to be healthy, you can't take insecurities and fears with you. You got to begin to condition your body to a new mind. If you do this every single day, your personality creates your personal reality. So once again, if you want to change your future, you have to change your personality. And the way you change your personality is to be in the moment, in the present, and then plan what you want to do, how you want to do it, how you want to feel. Your personality is made of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. I told you last week that the personality also has the I want, I think, I feel. None of that belongs to spirit world. I want is a desire, which in our class, for those of you that just joined us, desires is one thing, is something that you think you can have in the future sometime. Fifth dimension is everything is done already and it's already right here. All we have to do is be clear and call it forth. Like, let there be light, and there was light. But let me go back to the class. Last week I said, I want, I think, I feel. Those are only personality. The only other reason, the only other thing that it said is that I'm not so sure that a personality in true essence, if they can actually be give me a second, please. When we have the personality, we are not in the present at any time. A reactive mind does not allow you to be conscious. That means that you are reactive. Reactive, you're using your cellular memory, which is in your body. You are reacting to things associated with your past. Something triggered you and you became reactive. Okay? I'm also asking you to change your personality in this sense, but to do what you wanted to do, how you want your future to be. Okay? Tasakamai said, do not throw out all the cellular memory, only what does not serve you. Okay. When you change any one of these things, I want, I think, I feel, I react, then you can change your future. And you can change your life and begin to measure the effects that you have caused in your new life. And I'm gonna stop for a second. I'm going to stop to get some questions. I just threw a bunch of stuff out at you. And you have mostly been writing to the people that take notes. And while we're doing this, I would like to ask Medea. Hi, Medea, how did you find us?
Hello.
Hi.
How did I find y'all? I am in the process, you know, as soon as things kind of calm down, of
I lost you. You froze. So I'm gonna come back to you because you're totally
of moving to the Clearwater area. I am currently in Georgia. I was in Florida. I'm in Clearwater. Oh, something's happening here. Yeah, checking out Tampa and Clearwater and churches in the area, and I happen to run across Unity in the search. But I am in Georgia, but I am a member of Unity of Charlotte.
Okay. Would you like to think about it and watch the rest of the class? And if at the end you want to join this group, if you can give us your information, the person attempting to be Reverend Virginia today will take your information.
Okay.
And if you would like to join us, okay? In a normal manner, so we can send the information to you. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, okay, talk to me, people. Yes, Jenny.
So I recognize that to change the future, we need to change the personality, meaning be in the present, 100% conscious of any deviations that we have, to dwell on the past or dwell on the wants of the past or future. But my question is, because I've created an emotion or I've decided on an emotion connected to that future state, is it appropriate to go about my present moment feeling those feelings that I injected for that future state? It's still putting me in the future, but it's feeling as if it's here already, the sensations.
Okay, it's called planning. Okay, you're presently planning. Okay, let's say you got up and you said, okay, I'm not gonna get up at all because then I will be doing something. You get up and you said, okay, what am I going to have for breakfast? What am I going to have for this and that? It's not that you are not planning. You plan all the time. Only that you're planning consciously, that you are not reactive to the past, that you are not reactive out of your programming, which is what we do a lot. I will suggest and I will recommend that you watch our video on the review. That will catch you up and explain to you the robot and the past and different things. It will also talk to you about chakras and different things that we work with. Okay?
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, Cherry.
First of all, I want to know where Jenny is, that she's wearing a turtleneck sweater.
Pennsylvania.
Good for you, girlfriend. It's only about 87 out right now. Okay. Boy, you just been talking straight to my soul today. And I went through this. I came to this thought last night that, and it was sad, but that was the robot, that I am alone. I am totally alone in this body. And the more that I stay in this body with the cellular memory, the more alone I feel, instead of being in the fifth dimension and feeling connected.
Okay.
And I have been blaming someone because I feel betrayed. Boy, that's getting me real far. How are they liking that? So no, I'm just seeing how some of the untruth that has been raining down on me or coming up is keeping me separate from y'all, from the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my decision. That's the stupid part.
I said you were the enemy. Remember at the beginning of the class?
Yep.
So was there a question in the dialogue?
Well, still for me, things are very subtle and I don't realize I'm doing them. So I guess just keep practicing to become aware of when I'm slipping into that.
Was that a question?
Yeah.
Okay, repeat it another way.
Becoming more aware that I'm in the third dimension as opposed to the fifth. The only way to become aware of that is to keep practicing. Am I right?
Right, but we're all in this class have been continuously. It's continual until it becomes a second nature.
Gotcha.
And until we all learn how to do this correctly. Okay, so it takes practice. And the thing is that we have to be patient with ourselves and compassionate. Because we do this and we think that we did that right and that we didn't do this right and that there's all this guilt. Remember, this semester has to do with the attraction to guilt. This is what we're all learning here. Fifth dimension operates in love only. So guilt, shame, and anything like that has got to go out the window. Okay. Anyone else? Liliana?
The only part that I'm a little bit confused is that when you talked at the end about the personality of the future, um, maybe I'm still stuck with the wording there a little bit.
Okay, explain to me what it is you're confused about.
Well, when you said in the last point, regarding that the personality, that we have to be in the present moment, that the personality has to not to distinguish which personality we're walking in. If we're in the reactive personality, it's because we're coming from the cellular memory. So it seems like I don't have a complete clarity of how to identify the new personality.
The new personality is what you are creating, what you want your future to be like. So you practice in your mind. When you become fully present, that's when you center in yourself and you did all the work, and then you start planning. So you might want to sit down before doing all of this and plan whatever it is you want to see in your future. Because remember, on fifth dimension, everything is already there. But in order for you um, to bring it about, you have to be present. In order for you to be present, you have to be balanced. In order for you to be balanced, you have to align your chakras. You have not only have to align your chakras, you also have to align mind and heart and get that into coherence. I mean, I'm just going through the whole, different classes. So when you do that, then you are able to then put forth whatever it is that you want to bring that. Remember that the fifth dimension, everything is already done. When you have everything already done, all you have to do is call it forth at that point. So yes, it is personality because we are planning and because we are doing and because different things. But I found in this class that if I added just that without some kind of process, and I do not like processes, I do not like steps, but I have found myself having to do that for you so you can take it in a slower manner. If I tell you just call it forth and it is there. And what happens is a lot of people don't feel worthy, or there's guilt attached to something, or not enoughness of whatever, XYZ, not deserving. And it's mostly the reason that we do not usually succeed is because we are so attracted to our guilt, and attracted to our guilt of having to blame something else, a person, a thing, an event. And as long as we have that person in our sights, they are not the problem, or the situation or the event. They're not the problem. They
So
never
basically, what I'm hearing you say,
hold on, let me finish talking. Do not think that it's the other person, because it is you having the traumatic or the experiences that you are somewhat, somebody can control you like a little marionette puppet that can say how oh, she made me feel this way, and then she did that, and I lost it, and now I went to my room and I slammed the door and never to come back out again, or I will not be talking to them again. You're talking about victimhood. Why would you want that? I mean, I'm not talking to anyone in particular. I'm just saying, why would anybody want that? Anyone giving your full power to somebody else, not that you actually did, you only think you did. And then you create all this drama around it. And the more you create this drama, the more traumatized and the more that your walls begin to build around you. But those walls are made by you. And that is the sad part, that, okay, if somebody's misbehaving for whatever reason, they pulled in front of you or they argued with you or whatever, why is that action that somebody else is doing upsetting you? I mean, what did they have that button that says, okay, push this button, and then you will get, mad at you, or would feel traumatized, or would feel like I can never get anywhere with you. And we have all these excuses that the biggest problem that I see here is that we already have an image of people. And because we created, number one, the problem. Number two, we have this image of these monsters that they're already doing all these things to us. What if they're only reacting to your need to be a victim without you even knowing? What if you decide that this person is able to communicate, but we don't give that even a thought? We don't even consider or give it anything, because number one, we're attracted to the adrenaline, we're attracted to the chemicals, we're attracted to the whole drama. But the drama we're attracted to, again, is because of the chemicals. It's not even because of the person. Something is gonna make you react because you need those chemicals. And that's the sad part, again, because now you are chemically dependent on a behavior. Did that answer your question, Liliana?
It did.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay, 2 people left me. Can somebody tell me who they were? Does anybody know?
Cindy was one, I think.
Sam.
Okay.
And Sam.
Sam left.
Yeah, she had to go. She had to leave early. And Cindy, I wasn't expecting her, but I'm glad she showed up. Anyhow, I think it's important that you understand that the monsters in our lives are imaginary, that we create what we see outside. It is a projection of what's internally going on with us. I know these are hard words for us to hear, especially if we have some target of some devil or devilish person that we would like for them to disappear. I'm not saying that there are not problems. Please don't confuse all I'm saying is, instead of somebody having control on how you feel emotionally, why don't you take your power back and say, I know who I am, I know what I do, I know what I choose. I am choosing me. I am choosing me first. I have the right to choose myself. After me, and what I'm choosing has got to do for my well-being. So if I'm going to talk to someone, I'm going to talk to them about my responsibility for me and my well-being. I cannot interact with you at this time because of, you know, I need to respect my well-being right now. I need this space. I need this time. I need you to understand that it has nothing to do with you. It's about me. Because the truth is, it is. But if you do not know how to communicate with someone else because you had put so many walls, you're going to have to take the ownership of saying, I need to know where I'm at right now because I had been only reacting. And when I'm only reacting, I'm not clear. That means I'm only reactive from the past. I don't even know where my present starts. And because I do not know that, I need to find out that I need to find out my way. And I'm not attacking you. I'm just trying to communicate to the best I can at this time. And then become clear over whatever the situation, event, or whatever is happening. Then you can become clear. You cannot become clear before then, before you know that you are the one raising the walls, before you know that you are the one responsible for how you feel. No one, not a person, can make you feel anything, including love. Even when you fall in love, it's not the other person sending you love and you feeling all these emotions that is coming out of you, flowing out to whoever you choose to send these emotions to, or project these emotions into. It is not that person. That person had nothing to do with you. You know, they responded and they had their own thing going. But about you, they cannot even control that in you. You chose a specific person for a reason. Whatever that reason was, it was probably had already been decided before you met the person. And again, we chose out of our past, out of reliving and rehashing and reliving and rehashing in our minds the past. The past is not it's not your friend. You have to let go of the past. There is no future in it. Because then that's when you find yourself stuck. I feel stuck. Why am I stuck? Because you're just rehashing past experiences, past memories, past. It's time to start deprogramming with the robot. And it is time to start your new, what we've been doing, reprogramming. Letting go of the programs that don't serve us. And give me 1 second. Somebody's trying to talk to me. Okay. That was Cindy. The battery died on her phone. Okay. She enjoyed the class. Anyhow. So I hope you understand what I'm saying here, right? Do you see how come it is so prevalent? Because we're not only talking about ownership and responsibility, we're also talking about addiction. And that is the hardest part of all of this, is the addiction to the chemicals that we create by creating all this drama. And it truly is the only thing holding you back. So once again, any questions? Donna, what do you think?
I think those were very powerful words. Oh, I thought you said Donna. Did you say Donna?
I did say Donna.
Oh, okay.
I'll be back to you, Barbara. Yes, Donna.
Anyway, powerful words, which I recognize in myself a lot.
I think we all can recognize those words, including me. Okay. What do you think, Sarah? And of course, I caught her eating something.
Of course. I think it's a wonderful thing to do. And I think that, especially now with everything being so tumultuous, it feels incredibly easy to fall into that trap of focusing on the past or feeling traumatized by someone else, because so much feels out of your control and the reality of like the third dimension right now. So it's very, I think, very important, and something I'm really going to try to take time for each day to do for myself and for everyone.
Okay,
So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Lisa.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
It's just been an awesome, awesome class, and I really appreciate everybody's feedback. And I've been writing, but thank you. It's been excellent. I don't really have, what do you want me to talk about?
I wanted you to talk about how does this affect you?
I think overall, what it boils down for me is just that I can really be more silent and more in touch with my truth if I spend more time in contemplation and stillness and meditation in nature. So that's what it boils down to for me.
Okay, what about clarity?
What about clarity?
Yeah.
What about, I didn't understand the question.
Okay. You have many different choices, for lack of a better word, for you. I'm talking strictly about you.
Mm-hmm.
Things that you're coming into, people, relationships, things like that, kitties, dogs, etc. What is your clarity?
Where's my clarity in my heart?
Just your heart?
Well, in my cells, but that's connected to my heart.
Okay, so you're clear.
I am clear.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Medea. Your thoughts?
On
anything of the class today?
Oh, and the class, I think the class is wonderful. I think the class is very, very informative, and I hope y'all keep doing it.
Okay. Thank you. Sherry.
Clarity on this. Boy, this just put a huge hitch in my giddy up of blame and blame.
Usually.
There is no monster in my life. It just third dimensionally feels like it. And the thing is that this gives me the power to change my stuff to become in the future who I really am, and not based on my reaction to what is my past and how I've been programmed to react that way. The big gotcha in all this is it's up to me. Can I just take the class for 2 hours every week and be okay?
It's your work, hon. It's not my work. It's
I know
what you do with what I tell you. I wish it was as simple as sitting down on a class and, okay, I'm done.
I'm taking notes.
I'm nice and clear, and nobody's nice and clear at any time. That includes me. Unless, I'm talking about unless you're right there doing the centering, because 94% of the time we are unconscious, whether we like it or not. There's 60,000 thoughts going through our heads. There's all these things that we need to do, and all the things that are continuously going on your head. If you have that going on, it's very hard to be clear. You may think you are, but you are still going to have to. Meditation does help, but intention tops meditation. Think about that.
And I know the difference in myself when I do my toning, when I do my stuff, and get in the feeling of my future. My life works so much better. And I've done an experiment and not done it for a few days, and that doesn't work, just in case anybody's curious.
Thank you. Yes, Liliana.
Well, by the wrap up you did here at the end, the only observation I have for myself is, in order to be able to take that responsible position that you are pointing that we can have, is not fall into the traps that prevent me of taking that full ownership of that observer.
Okay. There's a Buddhist practice in some circles. And remember, Buddhism is not a religion, it is a philosophy. Buddha was talking to some of his disciples, and he was saying that there was this thing about, for example, if you're angry and if you're frustrated and you're impatient and you're feeling the blank of emotions that you don't want to feel, that for you to acknowledge it 3 times, because it gets set out of the head part that is continuously going on, all that parrot head, the monkey mind. For example, let's say that one of the disciples was angry and he would go without knowing, and he was very frustrated, and frustration is just anger, So he would identify what was wrong, and he didn't need to know what he was reactive to. All he had to say was anger, anger, anger. And the simple act of saying that 3 times got it into his mind that he was being addressed, that he was being looked at, any kind of like, the mind doesn't like to be looked at that much. I don't know if you noticed that, but if you really start looking at your mind, if the mind goes quiet, like me, I was not doing anything, you know. But I don't know. I haven't tried that. I just ran into this as I was reading something this morning, and I said, I'm going to mention that, and maybe if we can put it into practice and see next week when we come back how that worked out, you know. So
I would also just say, for me, now that I have gotten to see some of my patterns of going mental, making stories out of whatever's happening, that storytelling about what is happening.
Yeah.
That's another trap for me as well.
Right. Well, that's a trap for everybody. Just some of us are not willing to even recognize that. So it's interesting. It uncovers a lot of different aspects as we look at the different things. It's not just the one thing. It's the marionette. It's the addiction. Is the the victimization. Is the blame game. Is the guilt.
Even the significance, making it so significant. So there's a lot of drama. So all that, as you said, the whole shabang of everything with the chemicals, it's a big addiction. I can see that.
Right. Yes, Sherry.
Just so I'm clear for next week, so we acknowledge whatever it is 3 times. I'm angry about something, and I say, anger, 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 and then I look at that.
Right.
It takes the power out of it by defining it.
Yeah. Well, anger, 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 anger. Look at it, and look at your mind, and going, what are you gonna tell me? You cannot just be angry at something. I mean, it has to tell you what it's angry at, because you start getting frustrated and you don't know why, and that's cellular memory anger. So the moment that you start acknowledging that is the moment that you start doing that. The moment that you start saying impatience, that's another form of anger.
That makes sense.
We're angry that things are not being done in our time, in what we think is the time that it should have been done in. Okay, so the anger, the frustration, we say is because of the other thing, but it isn't. It has a lot to do with we're being angry because things are not being done according to our schedule, according to our script, and how we think that things should be run. Okay, people. We have a big class next week. Yes, Barbara.
Yeah, well, I haven't really had a chance to say anything.
Oh my God, I forgot you. No, it's because you're not in.
Anyway, I would butt in sooner or later. I wasn't ready.
I don't see you. You're the only one I can't see. Well, now
I'll get a camera one of these days. I'm waiting for someone to show me how to use it. But anyway, I'll figure it out. But what I liked about the class, and I've been coming at it from a slightly different way than you kind of expressed it, but I think it all comes out to be the same thing, is that changing your personality, changing your thought patterns, if you will. I guess I think of it that way. Actually, Eckhart Tolle talks a lot about that, and being present, which is something being present in the moment.
Right.
I find myself being very distractible these days. It seems as though maybe I've always been that way, but I just haven't noticed it. But I have noticed it lately. So changing the personality and your thought patterns and your kind of like your mental habits, I guess. I think that is something else I'm thinking about, I'm working on doing. And you brought it up today, which was pretty interesting. So I got a lot out of it.
Okay, I want to remind you that in order for you to have this workout, you have to be centered. If it's not working out, it's because you do not center yourself before you start applying. It's not that you're distracted, it's just that you're not centered.
Right.
And
No,
so I'm asking you to consider doing toning with the CD, not the CD, the video that we did on chakras.
all right, turn into chakras, you mean, like we've been doing.
Okay, do it and then do the centering, and then you can deal with things clear because you become clear.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. Okay, anybody else before I go on to the next thing? Yes, Sarah.
Before we start, or when we first started the class, you talked about this class being about self-love. Could you just kind of speak to that a little bit and about how doing this is about self-love and self-care?
Yes, okay. When I take my power back, it is an act of self-respect. When I take my power, when I said, no, it wasn't you, you cannot run me like a puppet, and it wasn't what somebody did or whatever the problem was. If I am true to myself and I take responsibility for my actions or lack of action, and I said, oh yeah, this is where I think I need to work, not work, but I mean realize, because you already know it. The moment that I spoke it, you knew it because it resonated with you. If it didn't resonate with you, go back and listen. And if it does not resonate, then throw it out, the whole thing. Because you are being true to yourself, because you're telling yourself the truth about you. There is a resonance in truth and you become more powerful. You can either be pitiful or you can be powerful. You cannot be both. So as you start walking in your power, as you start walking in not the victim role, as you start walking with confidence, not confidence waiting for the other shoe to drop, but confidence on who you are, confidence on who everyone is, and that there is love here and that we are not alone, and that we are never alone even when we are with people. We are in a self-respecting mode. And that's what I mean by self-love in this particular class for this particular day. Okay? Okay, everybody, please close your eyes. With your hands back in your heart. I want you to breathe in love, and I want you to breathe out peace. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, let go, let God. Breathe in again, let go. I want to remind you of what you already know. You are infinite intelligence. When we say there is only one power, we are that power. We collectively are that power. We have access to the one power. When we say there is one presence, and the more that you start practicing being in the present, you will experience more presence of everyone. When we say God, the good omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresent, in order for any of those qualities in you to be felt, in order for that to happen, we need to realize that we are not the body. When we say, I am, that I am, that I am, I'm invoking my true essence, my divinity. When I say namaste, I behold the Christ in you, or the Buddha in you, or the Krishna, or whoever. I do because I'm looking right at myself. The more present that we become and practicing the presence, the more that we become more involved in extending an awareness that I'm not just located in this body. And as part of that awareness and being in the fifth dimension, I can call forth things that are already there. And having that power, the power of love, not the power of people, the power of love, I call forth the essence of peace, the essence of harmony, the essence of well-being to come forth into each and every one of us, wherever we're at, in all the rooms that we are, allowing peace to take root at a cellular level, harmony, joy. It is okay to feel good. It is okay to allow goodness. It is okay to be compassionate with oneself. Yes, there is only one presence and one power in the universe, God the good omnipotence. And I want you to feel the love of God. That presence in His wholeness. What I call God, the God force. That presence that is undivided. That presence that is always with us. I'm asking us to allow the recognition of that presence and that power. And once again, I'm going to ask you to send love to your hands. And then expand that love into your room and towards each other. Put your hands up and send love to everyone in the group, including the ones that are not present. Know that you can count with that my energy. Know that you are ask to join if you want to send energy. And as we're sending this energy, let's go past ourselves into our town, into our city, sending love to the state, sending love to all of the states in the United States, sending love to all of the continents, to the entire world, sending love to all of nature, all the trees, vegetation, sending love, whether the vegetation is outside where you can see it, or is the fungi underneath the ground, including underneath the deserts and on the sea. Send love to all the people, not only here, but everywhere. It doesn't matter who or what they stand for. We are all one. At the highest level, we love each other. Send that love. Send that love to Gaia, to Mother Earth. Go to the center of the earth and send love from the inside out. Send love to the earth, to all of the waters of the world, all of them, to all the beauty in this world, to all of the animals, marine, terrestrial, and aerial, to the environment, to the air, allowing peace. I speak peace into the heads of governments. I speak peace to the people of all the countries. I speak peace to the people of the governments of all the world. I speak abundance to the renovation of the entire world. And I'm sending love and peace to the entire solar system. And so it is. Namaste.
Thank you.
That was lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angie.
My cat.
So before the Reverend Virginia Wash goes, what information do you need from me to add me to the group?
Okay. Do you need? Do you see the white can you explain it?
Yeah, chat box. It's a chat box.
The chat box at the it's like a little circle.
Oh darn it. Hold on. I don't know. The chat box.
Are you on a computer?
Yes, I'm on my computer.
Okay, mine's in the upper right corner. It's a little cloud, like a little Like
Oh,
a
I got it. I
cartoon.
got it.
Do you see it?
It has
Yeah,
a
I got it.
one on it.
Okay.
If you can click on that,
Okay.
Donna will get your email address and your phone and
Okay.
your name as you want us to call you,
Okay.
Mhm.
and last name. So that's information for this group only.
Okay.
And
Very nice
he's
to
the
meet
one that
you.
sends.
Stop the recording too.
You
Yes,
too.
nice to meet you.